Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Good morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. Good morning, everyone.
Yay!
Good morning.
Don't give me that sass ever again. I bought you that coffee.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You know, Maddie brought me coffee this morning.
I saw that.
What a
I was
dog.
very impressed.
Somebody had to
I was
do it.
impressed too. I was not expecting that.
What do you mean? I ask you all the time.
I know. Good morning,
Happy
Terry.
Friday.
Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday,
Maddie's
everybody.
got that fresh face look today. She's ready to go.
Oh, I mean, me and Maddie have something amazing planned.
Yes, we do.
Coming up in the next few hours.
We got some tricks up our sleeves.
We have a few things going on.
Is
That
this after the show or
Yeah.
during the show?
You'll never know, Terry.
Yeah, you
Okay,
both
so I
are
just
wearing.
gotta-
you
both
just gotta
are
go
wearing.
along with it, and
Okay.
you'll find out
Go
very
with
soon.
the flow.
I'm
Just go with
afraid.
the flow. Just
Just
give yourself
ride
up.
it out.
Just
I
give
can do
yourself
that.
up. Join the movement.
It's
Join
Bourbon
the
Friday.
All right,
It
maybe
is.
not that far.
I love Bourbon Friday. I love
All right.
Bourbon Monday and Tuesday too.
Man, you know who needs bourbon
have
after last
everything.
night?
Me?
Golden State.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that was
12-point
crazy.
lead heading into the fourth. They were the better team for every part of that basketball game. Even when they were down at halftime, they were playing better basketball. And the fourth quarter happened. And you don't associate the Warriors scoring 13, 15 points in a fourth quarter. That's not a thing. Klay Thompson could have nailed a shot. Wiggins could have nailed a shot. Nobody could make a shot in the fourth quarter. Not even Steph.
No,
Steph had 31 entering the
You know,
fourth.
I was confused. I don't know how Steph starts out the way he does and then doesn't score in the second quarter.
I'll tell you how. They made sure he had to give up the ball anytime they ran a pick and roll. They were not going to allow him to get space to get up a jumper. It's that simple. They said, no, not today. You're not beating us. Everyone else can beat us. And that's exactly what happened, by the way. The whole third quarter, Steph put up 10 points, had 3 assists. He was playing selfless basketball. No issues. The fourth quarter comes. Al Horford turns into Michael Jordan. Derek White turns into Steph Curry. And the Boston Celtics. And Jaylen Brown finally showed up. That was nice to see. Jaylen Brown played a hell of a game in the fourth quarter. He stepped up.
But usually, you know, if Steph is jacked up, I mean, you got Jordan Poole, you got Klay Thompson, you got guys just like, okay, we'll take over. That's fine. Not last night.
Well, not last night. None of them could hit a jump shot. None of them could hit the three-point shot. It was a disaster in the fourth quarter. And credit to Boston, they hung around, man. That game was, they were down 12 going into the fourth. It was on the road. Game one, they could have easily said, it might not be our night. Jason Tatum looks like butt cheeks in this game. Jaylen Brown, going into the fourth quarter, wasn't really doing much. And then everybody showed out. Marcus Smart showed out in the fourth quarter. That was the best quarter of basketball played by the Celtics, not only all postseason, the entire season. And they picked a hell of a time to bring it out. Al Horford, for his first finals appearance, 26 points. I'll tell you this. Golden State need to do a hard check in the mirror and super deep reflection, because they're not the Golden State of 4 or 5 years ago, where they just run teams out of the building. They're older. They get tired more often. I mean, Steph basically set out the entire second quarter, even though it was because he had a monstrous first quarter. But beyond the point, you don't have the luxury of just being that much better than teams anymore. And to be honest, through 3 quarters, it looked like Golden State was just that much better. And I'm sure they thought that. And then the fourth quarter happened. And that was one of the worst fourth quarter collapses I've seen in an NBA Finals in a long time. It's not often you're up at home by double digits going into the fourth, game one of an NBA Finals.
You give up 40.
And you put up 11, 13, 15, whatever it was, and you give up 40. 16?
16.
Thank you.
16 big points.
Unacceptable, embarrassing. It's easy to say if you're an optimist, oh, well, you know, Golden State now, they learned their lesson, right? They're not going to take Boston for granted moving forward. You know, Boston did this against Miami. They won games they shouldn't have won. And they lost games they shouldn't have lost. Boston is very up and down. But what Boston can do is play defense. And Golden State showed last night they can't. Jaylen Brown was just off. Excuse me, Jaylen Brown was off up until the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum was nowhere to be seen the entire game. And Boston still won that game? You serious? If I'm a Warriors fan, I'm super concerned with not only the blown lead, but the Warriors were the better team through 3 quarters. And honestly, it wasn't even close, Terry.
Yeah, I know. But I think they did learn their lesson. I think Golden State, you're correct. They can't blow people out. They just can't show up and just start doing what they used to do. It was effortless. But now, when you look at some of their games, they do relax in the fourth quarter. They did it against Dallas. But I think now they're like, okay, they got smacked in the face. Now, like, so when the fourth quarter shows up in game 2, they're going to be a lot better, at least on the defensive end. And they'll hit more shots. So I still have faith in this team.
I'll tell you why I don't. 28 points given up in the first, 28 in the second, 24 in the third. Now, the 28 and 28, that's not good or great defense. Giving up only 24 in the third, that's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid showing, right, in today's NBA.
It's fair.
That 40, it felt like 32. And to be honest, even the first quarter, Steph was going crazy. Boston were getting all the looks they wanted. They went under the radar. They were taking the lead throughout the first quarter. And it was only a 4-point lead for Golden State after Steph erupted for 21 in the first. Usually when Steph has a 21-point quarter, you're down by 15. Boston was only down by 4.
I think, and I don't know this for a fact, but I think there was some disrespect going on with Golden State in regards to Boston. Boston was all over the place in the Eastern Conference Finals. I expect Boston to look like total crap in game 2. Because that's sort of what the Celtics do. So, I thought Golden State would win this series, not by a landslide. I think now the NBA is so close that there's no heavy favorites. But I thought they would squeak this one out.
Klay Thompson 3 for 7 from 3. Andrew Wiggins 2 of 7. Draymond Green should not be shooting the basketball. Took 12 shots. By the way, Draymond, I was very disappointed because he's someone I think is a catalyst for how this team operates. For him to take 12 shots is embarrassing. Only 5 assists. That's not his game. 0 blocks. That is, again, not his game. Otto Porter, 4 for 5 from 3. You got 12 points out of him. What'd you get out of Jordan Poole? 9. That was just, it was a no-show in the fourth quarter. Nobody stepped up. Steph Curry essentially was on an island. For all I can give Jason Tatum crap for his awful offensive performance, he manned up, especially in the fourth quarter. And he was dishing out the ball. Finished the game with 13 assists. No, I don't want to see him with 12 points in NBA Finals. I think that's pathetic. There was talk of him doubting himself, and he publicly admitted, I wasn't sure if I was the right leader for this basketball team. And for me, like, that's bulletin board material if I'm an opponent. And it looked like they found a way to get in his head. Only 12 points, Terry. And what was his field goal percentage? Somewhere, 3 of 17. He looked like he didn't believe in himself. But fourth quarter, pulled up his pants, was an offensive contributor really just through facilitating. And credit to Boston. If I'm Golden State, I better have learned my lesson. Because Boston can end this in 5.
No, they can't. They can't end it in 5.
If Golden State doesn't check themselves in the front at the door, yes, they can.
But they will check themselves.
Ideally,
in the door.
yes. Steve Kerr, again, proven champion head coach, proven championship team. Mm-hmm. I expect Golden State not only to win Game 2, but to split the series out in Boston. But you cannot play defense like that. That is not even how the Golden State Warriors play. Through 3 quarters, that was Golden State Warrior basketball. In the fourth quarter, they looked like the Dallas Mavericks. Couldn't play a lick of defense, couldn't hit a shot. That was unbelievable to me. Embarrassing. That was one of the worst collapses I've seen in NBA Finals.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time something like this happened. Especially, I mean, obviously, if you're in the NBA Finals, you're a good team. And so it's just stunning. But, once again, I do believe in the concept that You are a champion. Golden State is still a champion, even though they're not the defending champions, a championship team. They've been through things like this before. They go through peaks and valleys, and they know how to get out of it. And I just think this team is a little bit better than Boston. They'll figure it out, and they'll still win this series.
I think if Draymond Green just takes 4 shots a game, steps up and plays much better defense, Al Horford should not be putting up 26 a night. And I love Al Horford. I mean, he's a guy that went underrated for years in the East because of LeBron James. Nobody knew who Al Horford was. The guy was a 24 and 12, 14 a night guy. He was a hell of a player out in Atlanta. Having said that, for that to happen, for you to lose to Derek White, for you to lose to Al Horford and Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, who the hell is Derek White?
Derek White is a guard from San Antonio. I want to say it was either a trade or through free agency is how they acquired him. Pretty sure it was a trade. And this is a guy that in his time is just an effective ball player off the bench. He's a good role player. Like to have him. Nowhere near the three-point specialist that he showed he was last night. And again, that came in a game where Jason Tatum was irrelevant on the court from a scoring perspective. And if I'm Golden State, like I said, check yourselves at the door. You have to play better defense. And I think through 3 quarters, Golden State looked like the rightful winners of that game to that point. And the fourth quarter is unacceptable. It's unexplainable. I don't recall a team with a double-digit lead getting their asses kicked and then losing by double digits in the fourth quarter of an NBA Finals game.
Even with that said, I'm sure there's panic in Golden State, but there's not panic in Golden State's dressing room.
Yeah.
Because, the way these guys, okay, we're down 1-0, lost 1 at home.
They're looking at themselves, guys, we outplayed this team for 3 quarters. We didn't show up in the fourth. We didn't play any defense. Look, if we're not going to score, we got to play defense. All right, we've been here before. We can figure this out. Cool? All right, go team. Game 2. I have confidence in their locker room. But to lose that game, Tatum's not putting up 12 points in game 2. Do I think Al Horford and Derek White are going to be phenomenal again in game 2? No, so maybe that offsets. But for Boston to steal that game, I know Boston's feeling really good. Because they'll be like, yeah, we can lose game 2. We got 2 home games. We're good.
3.
And we already proved.
Now, is it 2-3-2?
I think it's...
or is it 2-2?
It's 2-2, 1-1-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
They switch up all the time.
But it's 2-3-2 in the conference and all the other rounds,
oh, that's right.
believe.
We're not in the NBA Finals
But not
yet.
in the NBA Finals, which I believe is the correct way to do it, by the way.
That's
I don't like the 2-3-2. I think that's stupid. Having said that, game 2 coming up. Well, I want to say tomorrow night. Sunday, excuse me. Yeah, they get 2 days after game 1. Golden State has to come prepared. If you guys want an early bet, I would lock in Golden State money line. I don't see them falling down 0-2. That would be very shocking, unexpected. So I'd hit the money line on Golden State very hard and early before people start taking advantage of the line. And Terry, we are going to head to break. When we get back, speaking of betting lines, we got to talk about a line that came out for the Michigan-Ohio State game. Yeah. Way too early betting line, but we're going to discuss it, what it means for Michigan and Ohio State moving forward. But before we go, I got to tell you about MyBookie, where you should take advantage of these lines. MyBookie, bet from anywhere, anytime. So using code Woodward, when you sign up, they'll match your first deposit. Take advantage of the free money. I'm not sure why you wouldn't. This makes no sense to me. If I told you, give me $50 and I'll give you $75, why wouldn't you take it? Don't be stupid. Sign up for MyBookie. Again, that's code Woodward. And if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on her side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. I'm sorry, Terry. Did you want to say something?
No, what I was saying is everybody's a bitch here today. I mean, everybody's just calling each other names.
Hey, I haven't called anybody
That's what
a
we
name.
do.
No, you have not. I'm a little
Which is
surprised by that.
shocking.
Yeah, Maddie's usually the feisty
Terry,
one.
you're on the Morning Woodward Show. That's rule number
Fish
one.
is the feisty one today, just so
I know.
everybody knows.
I mean, I'm in a great mood.
Yeah, you got
How
a
do you
fresh
not?
haircut, living your
Well,
best
I did.
life, ready for the weekend,
Oh,
your
ready for the
party.
weekend.
You know what? Somebody sent me an anonymous tip.
Oh,
That
Okay.
Fish is a heavy drinker and just
I
hides
heard
it.
that. I heard that through the grapevine.
Yep, I got an anonymous tip.
Okay, well, that anonymous tip is incorrect and wrong,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I'll
we
accept it.
tried to get him a drink. It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
Fish was
Mount-
like, oh no.
Where'd we go? Mount Chili Dad or
Dude.
Chalela? or...
Mount
Old Shillelagh?
Shillelagh. Yes.
Old
Yeah,
Shillelagh.
that place.
Fish, I'm going to beat you with a shillelagh.
Stick was
I
telling
wish.
me that
Do it
he
right
was-
now.
He literally was like, I just want to buy you your fresh drink. You don't have to drink it. I just want to buy it for you.
It's so funny. Well, it's not his first drink if he doesn't drink it, but I get it. All right, Terry, way too early betting lines. Michigan 14-point underdogs.
Were you finished? I
Yeah.
thought you had to do
Oh, it's
something. Go ahead.
okay. You know,
All right.
Oh. That seemed like you were done.
it's fine.
We'll talk about this later.
That might be your flaw.
Whatever. We got things to talk
Good
about.
morning, everybody.
Way
Good
too
morning,
early betting
everybody.
We're off to a
Everybody's
great
here's a
start.
bitch.
Terry,
Go ahead.
What did
gotta
we do
say?
to him?
I don't know.
We broke
Terry,
him.
Nah, I'm just hearing what y'all talk. You know,
I
I'm a
don't know,
model
Terry. I don't know what's
citizen.
going
We
on
also
here.
don't
I'm a
apologize
victim.
here either.
I'm
I'm
just
a
shocked
victim.
by the behavior around here.
I'm
We
a
shouldn't
victim
be.
of working with Fish and Maddie. You have no idea how difficult it is.
Okay.
That's super difficult. I make them pay hell for everything.
He's not joking.
He's spicier than I thought he was.
Oh, yeah.
What? It's a great
By the way,
day.
for
How do you
all of
not?
you in the chat that think Fish is some innocent kid,
You're wrong.
that's the devil. Put the camera on him. Look at it. Take a good look. That's the devil. All right? You think he's innocent. He's not. That is Satan reincarnated. Anyways.
I
Well,
thought
when
he
my
was
team's
innocent.
getting blasted, how am I not supposed to be angry? How do you not?
Yeah. Whatever, Fish.
How do you not?
Devil. Anyways.
What's his
That's
team?
fine.
Peru?
No, some
I do hate Peru. though.
Peruvian, probably rugby team. I don't know.
Oh, great.
It's not
No.
even Peru.
Is it
It's
cricket?
New Zealand.
Are you
Yeah,
mad about cricket?
Yeah, they're getting blasted this morning.
You're getting blasted?
Yeah, they're eating lunch now, so hopefully they'll come back
They're
with a
eating
vengeance.
lunch. Terry, I can't do this anymore.
No, cricket is so weird. You play the game, you can go out and have lunch, and then you come back and play again.
Yeah, they're back in about 20 minutes. So
I was in Italy, and I don't know why, but I was
Hopefully they
watching
get
a
back.
stupid cricket match between Great Britain and it was like New Zealand.
okay.
So they're playing. They go have dinner,
Yep.
go home,
Yep.
and come back the next day and finish.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't understand these countries. Terry, I want to talk about some college football.
Yes, let's roll.
Done with Fish.
Why don't you fire
shut
me
the hell
then?
up, Fish. Michigan are 14-point underdogs going into Columbus as of now, heading into next season. Terry, who do you got? Given it's extremely early,
Very early.
I think it's way too friendly of a line.
Oh,
I think,
really?
I think it's a bad line. I think it's extremely off. If I'm an odds maker, I put this at 20.5. I'm taking Ohio State 14 points.
Yeah, I was going to take the Buckeyes at 14 points too,
O-
but
Ohio
20 and
State.
a half is a
I
lot.
expect Ohio State this season to massacre Michigan 48 to 28, 35 ish. They might put up 50. Who knows? It depends.
So the old days are coming back, is what you're saying.
They're coming back because I know Cade McNamara is going to be the starting quarterback.
No, you don't.
I do.
No,
I do.
you don't.
I've been told. I've been told Cade McNamara will be the starting quarterback. I haven't made a fuss about it yet. But the expectation is he will be the starting quarterback unless his performance pulls him off the field. Or unless J.J. McCarthy simply wows in spring training, which is difficult to do in college. So, Terry, Michigan will be an 8-9 win team heading into the game probably. They'll win a ton of games because they play 8 home games and none of them are against anybody relevant. So they'll win a lot of games this year. It'll be fake wins. And they'll look to Ohio State, and they're going to look at Ohio State like, all right, we beat them last year. We'll beat them again this year. And they're going to get, as you would say, mollywopped.
That's a mollywop.
They're going to get crushed. And look, things can change. Stroud can get injured. Harrison can get injured. And Jibba Smith can get injured. So many things can happen up until then. But if I'm betting on the game right now, I'm taking Ohio State in the points. Sorry. And you guys know me. I was a big supporter of Michigan last year. Told you they were going to start the season 7-0. I had them beating Ohio State. Like, sorry, you are not going to beat Ohio State playing the same way you did last year, this year. You have too much talent at running back, too much talent at wide receiver, and you have a phenom prospect at quarterback who showed in the glimpses that he was able to play last year, even against Michigan State, that he could throw a much better ball than Cade McNamara. So Michigan, if you want to run it the Jim Harbaugh way, if you want to run it 35, 40 times and control the line of scrimmage like you did this past season, be my guest. Ohio State will be better on defense. They will not be as bad as they were last year. And they will be exponentially better on offense with a second-year quarterback now coming in who's expected to be a top 2 pick. So Michigan, sorry, Fish, get ready to write this down. I have to use a swear word to describe this. Michigan's going to get fucked by Ohio State. Sorry. I'm sorry. I don't like swearing. I've been trying to get better with it. I swear to you.
Okay, didn't you
yesterday
say...
you didn't swear
I didn't swear at all
Didn't
yesterday.
you say the same thing
but I'm
last...
sorry.
You said the same thing last year. Didn't you say the same thing last year? And they won?
Can you mute his mic?
I mean, I can't, but...
Yeah, mute yourself.
Michigan will be significantly worse on defense. And you know what? To be even more fair, Terry, if J.J. McCarthy's a starting quarterback all year, I still think they get gassed by Michigan State or Ohio State, excuse me. I think they're more competitive, but Ohio State just have too much to offer. And again, I was at the Michigan game. They didn't win because of the snow. They won because they controlled the line of scrimmage, and after they were up 7-0, they had an interception. They were in the red zone, and they got cute. Hey, you know what? Cade McNamara hasn't thrown the ball well all year. Let's have him throw the ball here against Ohio State. He throws an interception, and Jim Harbaugh and the OC look at each other and say, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. Run the ball. And they ran all over Ohio State. Congratulations. First time in 10 years you beat them. It was a landmark victory, but you're going to go another 10 years unless you start playing the way Ohio State plays. And that's my fear with this football team for the upcoming year, Terry.
Well, I'm looking at a bigger picture about why Michigan could lose the majority of the games in the next 10 years to Ohio State. Ohio State is more serious about recruiting, more serious about modern football than Michigan is. Michigan is still trying to rely on tradition, which is not going to work in the future. But, you know, Ohio State could mollywop Michigan. And here's the other thing. I have little Buckeye neighbors, and we have a silly Buckeye friend who even goes on the Ohio State cruise. Ohio State has a cruise every year where all the little goofy Ohio State fans go there and they talk and get their little notes together.
You mean a bunch of crackmans, but for Ohio State?
Yeah, there's a bunch of crack and women. There's a bunch of them. That's a cruise I do not want to go on.
They black out all the M's at Columbus.
Well, yeah, look.
They do.
Terry.
But you know who's at that on that cruise every year?
Urban Meyer?
Urban Meyer. I don't know if he's there with his girlfriend, but he's there.
I'll tell you
what.
what.
The theme was what they were saying, you know, from getting things from players, is the players didn't think Michigan could beat them last year, and it's a game they said that Ohio State overlooked, and they weren't prepared.
I think Ohio State not only were not, I wouldn't say overlooked. I mean, they were probably arrogant and confident, right? Ryan Day had never lost a Big Ten game before that.
Right.
But Michigan won that game. Ohio State didn't lose it. Michigan, to their credit, won that football game. But yes, I call these fake wins. Your first 4 games at home: Colorado State, Hawaii, Connecticut. And then Maryland's your first Big Ten game. Oh. Then you're on the road to Iowa and Indiana, all right, Big Ten matchups. Then you're home to Penn State this year and Michigan State this year. You don't want to fall to 0-3. And by the way, my early season prediction, I think Michigan beats Michigan State this year. No chance in hell I see them starting 0-3 against Mel Tucker, even though I think Mel Tucker's a hell of a coach. Rutgers in November on the road. And then they're home to Nebraska and Illinois. You are home to Nebraska, Illinois, Michigan, Michigan State, Maryland, Connecticut, Hawaii, Colorado State. 8 home games. You will likely win 7 of them. 7 wins, lock it up. Your road games, you probably beat Indiana. You probably beat Rutgers. You could lose to Iowa on the road. That is 9 wins going into Ohio State. Yes, this team with Cade McNamara or J.J. McCarthy likely have 8-9 wins going into that Ohio State game. 9 being they're probably contending for a Big Ten championship spot. Meaning if they beat Ohio State, they probably lock it up because of head-to-head. But they're not going to do it. In Columbus, the defense has gotten worse. It's unproven. I think their only chance is to be a high-powered offense. And I think they have the talent for it, Terry. Ronnie Bell coming back off of surgery. They have some young up-and-coming wide receivers. The running back depth is absolutely amazing at Michigan. The offensive line is always good.
And there's always a chance that Harbaugh's going to go with your boy, J.J. McCartney. There's a chance.
If there's a chance, what I would say to every Michigan fan is if you start J.J. McCarthy this year, I think we're having a much better conversation about where the program is heading than if you started Cade. And if you told me, well, Adam, how many wins do you think they get with Cade and JJ? I think it's roughly the same. I think what JJ offers you is if you're down against Penn State, down against Michigan State, down against Ohio State, he gives you a chance to come back and win that football game. I know you can play ahead with a lead. I'm aware of that. That's how you've won your entire time with Jim Harbaugh.
Why is Jim Harbaugh going to change? Because
he's not. That's my concern.
He did this at Stanford. He's trying to do this at Michigan. He is a run the football first guy. We're going to overpower you. And who was his mentor? Bo Schembechler. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I think he's trying to emulate what Bo did, but Bo did it in the 70s. Trying to do it now and beat the better teams is going to be difficult. The Big Ten is not a real strong football conference. I know we live here and everybody, the Big Ten is really good. No, it's not.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Box score of the Georgia-Michigan game this past year, and this is why Georgia were high-powered on offense. 313 yards for Stetson Bennett, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Very solid game for him. Cade McNamara, 11 of 19, 106 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And Terry, this is my biggest concern with Cade McNamara. You know how many yards he averaged per completion?
7.
Oh, I wish. 5.6.
Oh, shoot. Excuse me.
That's pathetic. In that game, his average distance past the line of scrimmage thrown was 3.8 yards. You know how pathetic that is? And of course, J.J. McCarthy comes in. Granted, the game was over in the fourth quarter. It was 27-3. 7-17. Not the most efficient, but 131 yards, 8 yards an attempt, and a touchdown with no interceptions. Oh, he also ran for 24 yards, more than Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum.
Okay, I'd love to see if he could have done that in the first quarter.
I would have loved to have seen it as well. But this is my frustration. Is I said it all year. You can win games with Cade McNamara. You will not win games because of him. You were able to beat Ohio State in spite of Cade McNamara. He was irrelevant that game. Your offensive line and your defensive line won you that game, specifically Aiden Hutchinson with 15 quarterback pressures on C.J. Stroud. So I want to take a quick break. Chris Castellani joining us in just a moment to talk about the Detroit Tigers. I do want to revisit the Michigan Wolverines a little later on. But before we do, you guys need to head over to Planet Fitness and get your lifestyle change started. $0 down, $10 a month. Visit one of their many Metro Detroit locations, or just visit planetfitness.com. Again, your fitness is essential. Take it seriously and don't end up like fish. We'll see you guys in a little bit.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Well, you know what happens in Michigan in the summertime. It's always time for construction, and Alta Equipment has you covered. Our friends at Alta know that when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why they've partnered with the biggest names in construction. So if you've got a big project coming up, Alta Rents has got you covered. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
All right, we're back here on the morning show, joined by a very special individual.
Yeah, we are.
The absolute know-it-all savant savior of this town when it comes to the Detroit Tigers, Chris Castellani of Barstool Sports. Chris, what's up, buddy?
Welcome.
I wish I could say I was the savior for the Detroit. I might be able to turn some things around. But no, I appreciate the introduction. Happy to be on, man. I'm doing good.
Awesome, awesome. Chris, Tigers winners, 7 of their last 9. The team has turned it around. Again, A.J. Hinch finding ways. This was the conversation before the season. They're going to win games where you look at the box score and you say, how the hell did they win that game? They only had 4 hits. They only had 5 hits. And they're doing it. They have a ton of injuries, but you know, obviously the concern, at least with the majority of the fan base, especially me, is the concern at the top with the GM. But again, to AJ Hinch's credit and the team's credit, they're pitching extremely well. What do we make of this team? Are we seeing another instance of last season where they struggle early and then they just figure it out, or is this fool's gold?
It's tough because the expectations have changed. You know, I think that last season, the way they played over the last 4 months was incredibly encouraging. Many of us, myself included, under the belief that this was going to translate into 2022. And we were going to see a team that in July and August was going to be playing meaningful baseball. No, 4 or 5 games back in the standings. I remain disappointed by the results. I mean, this is a team that's 9 games under 500. That's a tough sell right now. The offense has been anemic for a large majority of the season, even with the little breakout that they've had in the series against the Twins. They still have, I believe, the worst offense in baseball. But in terms of turning this thing around, I said from the beginning, and it's what made this start to the season so frustrating. I still contend that this team is better than how they've played. There are guys in this lineup like Jonathan Scope, who I have seen play better than how they've played so far this season. Now, they, because of the pitching staff, despite the injuries, have found a way to kind of stay afloat a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, I think that what we've seen over the last week or so is a reflection of the culture that A.J. Hinch is trying to create, which is this. I mean, he is obsessive about we can win today, and I know we can win tomorrow. And this thing was off the rails. And I'm not really completely sure what happened. Yes, I have a ton of issues with the GM. I have a ton of issues with the owner, but this team was bad. I mean, just as bad as it gets for the first month and a half here. And it seems like they're starting to turn a corner, but it's got to continue. I mean, if you would have told me 51 games into the season, they'd be 9 games under 500. I would not have been happy with that. I think that you're starting to see the gears turning a little bit, which provides us with some relative optimism, but they got to keep it going. And it's going to start by salvaging this series that they got coming up against a team in the Bronx who right now is the best record in baseball.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, Chris, I don't like to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what to do. You got to come back here on June 12th, and I'll tell you why. I asked Adham yesterday, is this A.J. Hinch pulling off magic again and for the Tigers to win? Or is it just a small sample size of good baseball and we don't know where this is headed? So he said, yep, ask me again on June 12th. So you got to come back June 12th.
Hey, man, that's fair. And you know what? The upcoming series that they have, I think, are going to kind of decide how we're going to view this team the rest of the season. Because you got 3 in New York against the Yankees. That's tough. You got a 2-game set, I believe, against the Pirates, who aren't any good, but gave the Tigers some trouble about a month ago. And then you have a 3-game series against the Blue Jays, who are playing excellent baseball. And my theory, and this is multiple people's theory as well, right around that time, we're going to see Riley Green, I think, make his debut. So I think that's a fair window to kind of assess whether or not this team actually has some hope going forward, and that these last 9 games or so isn't just a fluke.
Yeah, this team plays ass backwards sometimes. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Chris, they're averaging 2.86 runs a game. You're not going to win baseball games long-term scoring 2.8 runs a game. It's just not a thing. Yes, everybody loves the pitching. I always use this analogy. If I would have told you prior to the season they would have above-average starting pitching, almost elite-level bullpen play, I mean, everyone would say, wow, this team's going to be central contenders. They're going to be legitimate. And I agree with you. I think there are players on this team that are just underperforming. They can play better. But God damn it, 30 home runs, that's like 4 or 5 less than the next team. And I believe that's either the Reds or the Baltimore Orioles. So this team cannot hit the baseball. They can't hit it for power. Again, they won a game the other night because of a 2-run shot. Great. You didn't give up. I mean, it's difficult.
They're not getting more hits, but they are hitting a few more home runs during this stretch.
Yeah, the fewest runs scored in baseball. It's a tough watch, Chris. I'm telling Terry June 12 for that exact reason. They have the Yankees coming up. They then have a 2-game skit against the Pirates, 3 games against Toronto, and then 3 games against the White Sox in division. I think if they're somehow able to walk away from the first 8 games of those 3 series, 4-4, and then they open up against the Sox, I think you're onto something.
And the White Sox, bizarrely, a team that I thought was going to run away with the division, they look like crap. I mean, that offense is really bad right now, which is surprising. Obviously, Tim Anderson on the IL, he should be back by the time the Tigers play him. Makes a huge difference. But yeah, no, it's bizarre. And I said this in the post-game video I made yesterday. It's really too bad that the offense has been what it's been, because the story of this pitching staff would be one of the best stories in baseball. If this team was, close to 500 or close to first place. When you look at the amount of injuries that they've had, I mean, Chafin, Mize, Manning, Funkhauser, Cisnero, I think I'm leaving somebody out as well, have all spent time on the IL at some point this season. Several of them still on the IL, and it's why I didn't put this out on social media, but I'll say it on here. I think you could make the argument that Chris Fetter might, and I'll include coordinators as well in this list, might be the best coaching hire in Detroit sports since Larry Brown with the Pistons. The job he's done with this pen, with this staff. I mean, they have a built-in excuse there, Adam. The offense, outside of Meadows, has been relatively held, and of course Green before the season. But when you look at what this staff has been able to do, I mean, it's the saddest irony of all time. Because what's the reason this team didn't win a World Series from 2006 to 2014? They never had a pen, right? They always blew leads in postseasons. You can point to a million different examples. I'm not going to bring them up because it's too early in the morning and I don't want to give myself a headache. But the great irony of this whole thing is that for the first time in forever, you have a bullpen that's nails, and you have a starting staff, despite all the injuries, that is shutting teams down, and you're still 9 games below 500. And it speaks to, that is the great failure, in my opinion, of Al Avila's tenure so far as the GM, is the fact that they just have done a poor job of developing hitters. And Torque will come around, and I believe in Riley Green, but we're too deep into this to be talking about, to be selling hope. You know, there's not enough good hitters in this lineup for this to be a sustainable baseball team right now. Subject to change, but it's remarkably frustrating.
It's funny how we're having this conversation, and there's only 2 other teams outside of the Detroit Tigers that are 7-3 over their last 10 games: the Yankees and the Astros. The third team being the Tigers. Yeah. No other team is as good as the Tigers have been in the last 10 games. It doesn't make any sense, Chris. It really doesn't. My question for you is, you know, you mentioned Riley Green getting called up. Obviously, again, I don't mind people having high hopes for Green. Torkelson year 1. I'd like to see 15, 18, 20 home runs out of Torkelson year 1. Riley Green depends on the amount of games he plays, but, you know, at least somebody who's hitting for power. Are we really relying on Riley Green coming in and batting 320? Because we have nobody batting in the 300s right now outside of, I believe, Castro. So this is a team that's struggling for average. It's struggling for power. Does Riley Green make that much of a difference in the lineup? And when the hell is Jonathan Scope going to take his head out of his ass?
Well, Scopey's coming around a little bit. I think part of it was guys always play well against their former teams, and he kind of beat up on the Twins over the series. When it comes to Green, look, it's tough because I will contend forever. I think he's going to be a wonderful player. I think that the organization, I'm not going to say has treated these guys unfairly, but I think that there's been an unnecessary amount of pressure that's been put on them to succeed right away. Because when you look at the best players in baseball right now, unless you are just one of the big freaks of nature like Juan Soto, who got called up at 19 and had a 900 OPS, these guys, even the best of them, there are growing pains. Now, Mike Trout's first full year when he was officially a rookie, finished second for the MVP. Miguel Cabrera won the Triple Crown and was ahead of him. But people forget Trout got called up in 2011 and wasn't very good. You know, it was 30-something games. It was a small sample size, but it is so hard to get to the major league level. It's even harder to sustain it at the major league level. Do I think Green makes a difference by the end of the year? Absolutely. Because the outfield hasn't been good at all. I mean, I've been incredibly disappointed by Robbie Grossman. I know he's on the IL and you hope he can come back healthy, but there was an expectation Akil Baddoo would be able to repeat last year's success. That definitely hasn't been the case. I think just in terms of outfield depth and what he can add to your team from an athleticism standpoint, he'll make a difference. But I think at this point, especially based on what we've seen from Torkelson so far, anyone who's here expecting him to come up right away, bat second, drive in, hit 500 with runners in scoring position, it's not going to happen. And it's not a knock on him. It's just a reflection of, it's a reflection of how hard it is to hit at the major league level. I mean, you want to make another example with the Tigers. Tarek Skubal is one of the best pitchers in baseball right now. He's been brilliant, nothing but praise. I think he's one of the 10 best pitchers in the sport. He was okay last year. He was not very good his in the COVID year. It takes time. There are always growing pains with young players. Green will come along at some point, but the expectation that he's going to set the world on fire right away, I would be stunned if that happens. If it does, I'll be one of the happiest people alive, but you can't have that expectation right now for a guy that young.
All of this is why I believe the frustration with Al Avila is just growing and growing, and I think a big mask why Al wasn't on the hot seat going into the year was because he had Hinch. Hinch was the one driving optimism. Hinch was the one allowing not only myself, yourself, Chris, a lot of the fan base to say this is a team that we think can win more than 77 games, roughly 82, 83, 84, 85 games, maybe, dare I say 85 games, and really look to
but
secure
who didn't fall for the fake?
You.
Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
Not fell for
it.
No.
That was the thing.
Vegas
a lot of people took their over. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
Oh, no, sorry. No, and I'll let Terry go, but you're right. I mean, everyone was surprised at how low the Tigers over-under was preseason. And, yeah, you're right. None of the sports books were falling for it. It was 73, 74 for the over-under from everyone.
Yeah, Chris, I hate to say this. It is factually true. I wish I was lying. But I think Vegas looked at the data, which was the last 5 World Series champions all had a GM who weighed less than 250 pounds, and I think that's a contributing factor. to the struggle. Chris, thank you so much for hopping on with us this morning. Can't thank you enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Castellani, if you don't already follow him on Twitter, and make sure you check him out. Literally, probably the smartest individual I've ever met, especially talking baseball. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Chris.
Go Tigers!
Well, thank you, man. Have a good one, buddy.
Appreciate it. You know, one more thing, by the way, to all the dumbasses in the chat. Miguel Cabrera is not batting 300. Let's just get that out of the way. Okay, he's batting 286. Number 2, Harold Castro is the only player in the lineup batting over 300, and he's technically not even qualified because he hasn't even played enough games. And of all the qualified players, none of the motherfuckers are hitting over 300. So do me a favor, shut the hell up, and don't put dumb shit in the chat, all right? Sorry, Fish.
But you know what people in the chat do? They are huge rounder-uppers. If you could be for the Tigers.
If you bat 200, that means you're batting 300 there.
No. If you're batting 284, they rounded up to 300. They did it to about Zion Williamson.
Oh, that's
Zion, right. He hit 60% or 61% of his shots. In the chat, they're saying he's shooting 69%. So they round up stuff to their advantage. And that's not the way it works in sports.
I agree. I do agree. We got Kory Woods joining us in a little bit to discuss media availability yesterday in OTAs, Dan Campbell's comments on the offense with Ben Johnson. We'll get to all of that shortly, but before we do, I need to tell you about summertime. Summertime with Gypsy Vodka and the Mulligan. The Mulligan is the official drink of the summer, and you know where to find it at your local. Excuse me. Wow, that was a tongue twister. Your local golf courses, or at any Total Wine near you. Again, that's the Mulligan. Make sure you drink it responsibly, of course. Iced tea, lemonade, and a little bit of Gypsy Vodka. It's a great drink. I'll be out on the course tomorrow at 10 a.m. and damn right I'm gonna have a Mulligan in my hand.
I want you to make me a Mulligan.
We'll see you guys in a bit.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
A network for the city, by the city. Woodward Sports is Detroit Sports.
A beautiful day here in Metro Detroit, but if you don't have time to get outside, don't worry, you can get your tan on and your vitamin D at Chili Peppers Tanning. That's where you find the cleanest salons in the D with spotless sanitized rooms and trained certified tanning professionals. Of course, join the Pepper Club for all the best deals on unlimited tanning. Chili Peppers has the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans.
Chili Pepper Tan!
All right, we're back here on the morning show. Fish loves tanning. Kory Woods joining us this morning to discuss.
We can tell by his tan. How much he loves tan.
On
discuss
par.
the latest. Speaking of somebody who has a tan.
Here's the tan brother over here.
This dude right here, finding a seat right now, is the most tan person I've ever met in my life. Kory Woods, what's up, man?
Just say I'm black.
Well, I don't want to say it that way, but I mean, since you said it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say it.
Okay. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right, OTAs kicking off, obviously. Media availability yesterday. Probably our first glimpse of Dan Campbell, really, since the draft in full Dan Campbell fashion. He brought up the offense. He brought up Ben Johnson. I know a lot of local media, even some people here, that took issue with his comments about still waiting out and seeing what Ben Johnson is capable of. I had no issue with it. Could you kind of walk us through exactly what he said and his thought process on naming the primary play caller for the upcoming year?
Well, one thing that was, just got to put it out there, Dan did say that he was pleased. He said it last week and he said it yesterday that he was pleased with what Ben Johnson is installing with the offense. But he also just wants to see how things play out before going ahead and rushing to make him the official play caller. And I don't see a problem with that. It's June right now. It's not July. It's not August where preseason games are being played. Just continue to see what happens. Dan did end the season last year as the primary play caller, and we saw what happened. Not going to sit up here and say that there was something great, but they did turn it around and was able to win their final couple of home games. But just go ahead and see what he does this throughout the OTAs, throughout the minicamp, and I'm pretty sure that he's already said he's gonna make that decision close to the season. Let him go about the process. He has a way that he wants to go about it, and if you're going to go ahead and trust him, and if you're saying, oh, you believe in Dan Campbell and you believe in what the regime is doing, just trust this process. I mean, Ben has already...
We don't need to know today.
Yeah, we don't need to know. Ben Johnson has admittedly said that he has never called plays at this level yesterday. So... But he also did, to follow that up, he did say that if he were given the reins, he would be ready to go. But just as you was about to say, we don't need to know right now. It's just that I guess that Lions fans maybe they will feel some kind of comfort knowing, okay, he's calling the plays, but just let Dan Campbell go about it. Because look, if Dan Campbell does end up still being the primary play caller, one thing that we've seen about him is that he'll take ownership if something goes wrong. So you can't go ahead and blame Ben Johnson if he's still Dan's still the play caller if things fall off the wheel. So that's just kind of my take on it.
I think Dan Campbell's looking for one word: compatibility. Is Ben Johnson compatible to what I want to accomplish offensively with this team? If he is, he'll probably let him call plays. If he's not, I guess Dan Campbell's going to do it again. So you just don't hire a guy, especially when you're a head coach and you call the plays. You don't just hire a guy and say, okay, he's calling plays. You got to figure it out. You got to be in the coach's office together for a while, talk philosophy for a while, see what he does on the field, and then make that decision. Now, as far as the media is concerned, yes, that's the question you asked today, because Dan Campbell called the plays last year. He hired a new offensive coordinator. So I think the media is trying to find out, do you get along with this guy? Do you trust this guy? And so they're going to ask that question. But we don't need to know now.
We don't need to know, but I will say this. There are some things that I heard from Ben Johnson that I liked yesterday that I did not hear from Anthony Lynn last year. Now, Anthony Lynn, when he was asked about his relationship with Jared Goff, he was kind of meek about it. Oh, we're good. Things are fine. Same thing that kind of like what Goff said. You want to just keep the smoke down. But Ben Johnson came out and said something that really, had my eyebrows raised. He said that he has a strong relationship with Jared Goff, that him and Goff sat down and they looked at his tape from when he was with the Rams. They were looking at what he did successfully, and that Goff is now more involved in the offense schematically, and that he's looking to make this season the best season of Jared Goff's career. Whether that happens, that remains to be seen. But I like hearing that the new guy coming in is looking at what his QB is best at and trying to create an offense, trying to create a scheme that best highlights Goff's abilities. It seemed like that's what they were doing. It seemed like that's what they were doing towards the end of the season. They were trying to figure out what Goff did best. Obviously, they said that's going to be a lot of play action, but he also highlighted how they need to improve on the run game. He's talked about how their red zone rushing attack was very inefficient. If you look at the Lions' red zone percentage last year, they were like 29th in red zone TDs and 31st in red zone TD percentage. So hearing Ben come out and acknowledge that's something that was like, okay, maybe it's sounding good. Whether they go ahead and put it on the field.
You got one more assignment there, Scoop.
All right.
Scoop, you need to go in and talk to Jared Goff. See, you're probably going to get the same answers. Oh, yeah, I love this guy and blah, blah, blah. But, let's see what he says. But my understanding is that Goff and Anthony Lynn, which everybody denied, didn't get along. And that was a major problem. Now, fellas, I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
We're trying to decide who's going to call plays next year. Would you put Jared Goff into the decision-making process?
No.
In other words, Dan Campbell makes his decision, then talks to Jared Goff, and then makes
Excuse my
official.
language, Kory. I'm sorry.
Oh, here it comes. Don't do it.
Jared Goff is
Feisty Friday.
Oh, it's feisty
number
Friday.
one. I want Ben Johnson calling the plays. Right? You named him offensive coordinator. I don't mind Dan doing it. I just think the kid is up and coming, bright, super knowledgeable. A lot of praise from successful head coaches in the NFL. How you need to treat Jared Goff this year is like, a nice little bitch. You just bring him along for the ride, right? Hey, Jared, you're going to run this play. And you don't change it at the line of scrimmage. Now, if he shows the ability to get once he's more confident, because that's a big thing, by the way, he was missing. I'm actually not joking now. He lost a lot of confidence under Sean McVay, but rightfully so. I mean, he was playing like butt cheeks. But if you can get Goff to a level where he's starting to become more confident, Terry, I don't mind him interjecting, making calls at the line of scrimmage. But right now, first 3-4 games, I want it completely coach-oriented, coach-handled. I want Goff making nothing but who am I throwing to. That's the only decision you need to make.
And also, too, Goff is not – you don't even know if Goff is going to be – how long he's going to be around. Now, if it was your franchise quarterback, let's say you had like an Aaron Rodgers or a Tom Brady type, yeah, you would want that guy involved in that decision. But for Goff to still, I don't want to say he's on thin ice, but for them to be non-committed to him long term, I don't know how well that would be, just having him being that involved in the decision of who's, making the play.
Give him confidence. I think Ben Johnson, again, should be the offensive play caller. I don't mind Dan doing it. Dan did a good job down the stretch. He showed that there was a clear disconnect between him and Anthony Lynn because the offenses look completely different. Night and day difference between him and Anthony Lynn when he took over. But
I mean, it's kind of what you said about his confidence. Yeah, he lost his confidence under Sean McVay. And then when he came here last year, you could see it was also an even more higher lack of
with
confidence.
Anthony Lynn. And then
once he got Ben Johnson, once Josh Reynolds came in, not sitting up here saying Josh Reynolds is a world beater, but it's somebody he's comfortable with, who knows where he knows.
He was comfortable.
Yeah, he was comfortable. He was able to get back to himself.
And, this is coming from me, and that's saying a lot. I'm expecting very good things from this football team this year. And I just am. Kory, tell me I'm wrong. I don't need to just acknowledge how good of a job Brad Holmes is doing. Dan Campbell's a hell of a communicator.
Oh, absolutely.
We compliment Sean McVay. We compliment Cal Shanahan, Mike McDaniel, the new head coach out in Miami. All these guys, they're so forward in communication, right? What do you love out of a head coach? They're a great communicator. Dan's a pretty solid communicator. And his conference yesterday, again, night and day difference between how he approached the season last year and this year. Sorry, I have to give credit where credit's due. Last year, he was doing a bunch of this, joking around, not realizing that, one, he had a really bad team, and two, it was going to be a struggle, to now this year, much more professional. With, he's still joking, and that's his personality. I don't mind that.
It's more timely.
Yes, it's much more timely. Exactly, that's the perfect word for it. This is a guy that's growing up in front of you. Is he going to be a world beater head coach? Look, I'm not Nostradamus. If I was, I wouldn't be doing this. Having said that,
well, besides the X's and O's, what you hear about great coaches, two things. You're right about the communication, and also are they well organized? If you figure those two things out, you got a shot as a head coach, and no matter what sport it's in.
And we're going to see the organization of the team on the field very soon. You're going to be able to see the product if it's improving. And yeah, I can look at Dan Campbell and take him seriously as a head coach if they won 3 games last year and then 7 this year and say, you know what, they're on the right track. And then year 3, I can say, it's got to be 10 wins.
Yeah.
I think you're capable of getting 10 wins. And then they do that and say, all right, here we go. We're on. Again, I don't have to demand a Super Bowl. Are you building towards a contending team? I think they're on track with the talent-wise. I think they have the front office to be able to build it. The head coach, sorry, whether you guys like it or not, and it's coming from me, I think he's really showing excellent qualities that, if you look around the league, all those head coaches have.
Now, I do want to add one thing, that there's a bit of a concern that I do have with the Goff, and it's not necessarily with him per se. The concern I have with Jared Goff is what were to happen if he were to get injured.
it's amazing.
Because I'm gonna tell you right now, from this time, even though it's OTAs, they're just running through the motions and whatnot. What I seen from him in OTAs last year compared to what I've been seeing, what I saw yesterday, the throws look a lot better. But when you're talking about the backups with Tim Boyle and David Blau, that's where you kind of get me like, okay, you know what? Maybe they should have taken somebody later.
I'm not
gonna go where I went before. We already know what I said before, but I'm talking about like maybe they could have drafted somebody in the 6th round. Maybe they could have signed another quarterback.
I'll tell you why they shouldn't have. Because if that kid's on the bench, you're going to be calling for him the second he gets hurt or if he's playing bad. If Jared Goff plays bad, you're going to have a top pick. If he gets hurt, you're going to have a top pick. If he plays well, everyone's going to be happy. This is a win-win situation for the Detroit Lions. That's how I see it.
I don't think the public is going to be crowing for a 6th-round draft pick to replace Jared Goff.
You'd be amazed. They wanted Malik Willis at 2.
But more so,
if they took him at 2, yes, they would.
No, if they took him in the 7th round, they would have done it.
It's just for me, I think that if Goff goes down at any point, it's going to be scary hours, and not in a good way. It's going to be real dark.
They start the season 3-2, and Goff has a season-ending injury in the bye week or the game before against New England. What's the mindset? Season-ending injury. You can either you're 3-2, choose to go out and get a veteran quarterback, which they're more than capable of doing. They have the cap, they have the capital to go out and trade a 4th-round pick, a 5th-round pick, whatever it would cost for one of the quality backups around the NFL. They can do that and try to have a winning season, or they can acknowledge season's over, boys. Player development, let's focus on implementing our game plans week in, week out. Let's get better individually. Let's get better as a team. And we know we're probably going to lose a ton of games. We're probably going to finish 4-13, 5-12, and we're going to be in the running for a quarterback.
But if you're 3-2, I think you have to fight.
You have to fight.
You still have
to
fight
quarterback.
to try. Even if your quarterback is gone, you got to fight.
And I think they would do it.
And
I think they
try
should
to make the playoffs.
And I have no problem with that. And if it fumbles, all right, fine. No, I'm not looking at Dan Campbell this year. If the quarterback goes down and he loses a ton of games with a backup, I've seen Kyle Shanahan lose a ton of games with a backup. Bill Belichick. It's hard. It's hard. So yeah, I can actually give a pass for the year if they come out and show promise. Something catastrophic happens. Come on, people. This is not difficult. Stick around.
Okay.
I still have more questions for you on the Detroit Lions. When we get back, top of the hour, Kory's still around to discuss OTAs, Dan Campbell, and the Lions. But before we go, Maddie, I need you to tell us what our good friends over at the Sports Marketing Agency are up to.
Yes, our friends at the Sports Marketing Agency help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you are struggling or know someone who is, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's Friday! Scott from Woodward Bets. Hey, I'm doing nothing but counting all my winnings from yesterday. We tried to tell you about the Celtics, but listen, we're also trying to tell you about oddstrader.com. You got to get over to the App Store and download it today. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds at the sports books. But listen, we got to get into making us some money. So today, I'm rolling with the New York Rangers at home, again, to go up 2-0 over at Tampa Bay. Oddstrader.com, Woodward Bets. Check it out.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
It's Friday, and if I'm lucky enough, my partner Adam will come with me to the Fulling Warehouse so that we can get our full on. That's home of the original football bowling pin game called Fulling in Hamtramck. They've got two ways to play. $12 open play, or you can reserve a private lane for just $120. Don't forget, of course, they have a $2 mystery beer machine, as well as multiple full bars. Go check it out at thefullingwarehouse.com.
Terry, you know how people get friend zoned?
Yeah.
Maddie has me in the partner zone. That's like a level below. That's
that's
how little she
Do you
thinks
want
of
to
me.
go to Fulling with me?
I would.
I was gonna say that's so rude.
Yeah, no, don't
And
worry.
then
Well,
puts
at least you get to go to the same spot with her.
What?
That's a little bit better in the friend zone.
Yeah, I don't know.
Little
Partner
bit.
zone is kind of a step below, but whatever.
You guys are annoying.
I know. We got Kory.
How many dudes have you had in the friend zone over the course of your life?
A lot. All most of my friends are guys, so
And they're all in the friend zone?
they're all in the friend zone.
See, my definition of friend zone is that you're just on deck.
On deck?
You're on deck waiting for your opportunity.
Yeah, no,
But
that's
it
not
never
how my
co- it
friend
never
zone works.
comes.
You do not get an
That time
opportunity.
will come. I'm just saying. I'm just saying from experience. I know what it's like.
Okay.
Trust
But
me.
your opportunity never comes.
You
That's
guys
the problem
can say
with the friend
all you
zone.
women can say all you want. Oh, they're just my friends. The second the opportunity comes, we take advantage of it, and you know it.
That's not true.
That is very true.
Maybe for you.
Oh, I mean, well, again, maybe my experience is not one of
You
everyone
also
else's.
are like a different human.
Yeah, you're
so-
not. Yeah, you're
Look,
from
I
one
mean,
of those other countries.
I've experienced what I can in my life. What did Fish say?
You're from one of those other countries.
Hey, other countries, people
Nah,
are wild.
if you're in the friend zone, you never get any. You think you are.
You think you are. See, that's
yeah.
the difference. See, my definition of the friend zone is you're just the friend of the individual. And again, you're just, you're pampering them.
My friend just texted me and said, "Am I on deck?"
Oh, God.
Anyways, you
Oh,
did
God.
this. We're gonna move
Yeah,
on
I
now.
know.
I think we have Kory Woods here.
Again, I think the friend zone is a make-believe thing that guys put themselves in when they don't want to accept the reality that a girl's just not
I
interested
really
in
would
them.
just like to take a step into your brain and see what your daily life is.
I think
because
everyone would.
You don't know what Friday Eve is. You don't understand a friend zone. So
Friend
I don't
zone
really.
is a girl that's not interested in a guy, but she likes him
but
enough
you're
to
gonna
have him as
try
a friend.
anyways.
Well, that's the guy's problem.
That's
not
your
my
problem.
The guy is hoping something happens, and the girl keeps him around just to
in
have a
case.
friend, just to have a buddy.
You can.
And the
Just in
guy,
case.
You
the
can
guy's
be
like,
friends with guys.
I know, but you don't want to be in
It's
the
the
friend
biggest
zone
lie I ever
if you
told in my
like
life.
the girl.
What'd you just say?
That is the biggest lie ever told in human nature. It is so rare.
That
From
is-
my personal experience, there's never a girl that I was friends with in my early teens and 20s that the conversation didn't steer. Well, we don't need to do this right now. What are we doing? Kory, have a seat, man. I'm not going
You
to tell you guys
did
about
this.
my sex
Yeah,
life
that
in my
was
early
you.
20s. What are we doing here?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Long story short, there's no such thing as a friend zone if you put your mind
Yes,
to it.
there is.
Looks like someone else is
Put
getting
your
fired
mind
after
to
the
it.
show.
Oh my god. You just encouraged everybody to be creepy as fuck.
It's not about being creepy. It's about being direct. You don't end up in the friend zone if you're direct. See, I don't go up to women and say, "Oh, I want to be your friend." No, I have a clear objective. I'm looking to accomplish this mission.
Kory, step in here.
And if
You gotta.
I can't, cool, I move on.
You kicked me off the mic. You can't continue to have this conversation.
I'm having it with Kory. What's up?
Man, look, let's just be real about it. Let's just be real
Have a
about
seat,
it.
Maddie.
You get put in the friend zone if she doesn't want to smash. If she wants to smash, you're not in the friend zone. It's really
You're
that cut
put in
dry.
the friend
It is.
zone. You're
It's
put
really
in the
not cut
friend
and dry.
zone
Because
if you allow it to happen. In
guys are predators. We're always thinking about how am I gonna get that, and the women like, hey, you in the friend zone, brother. So back
my
off.
opinion. Oh God.
How many times you been in the friend zone, buddy boy?
I've had my. I've been my fair share. I've
can
hopped out of
probably-
it, but
I've never been in the friend zone. I think that's why I have such an ignorant take on it. But I've never allowed myself. I've never been with friends with a girl that I didn't believe I could end up smashing. It's that simple.
Why aren't you friends with girl? I can't do this conversation without having a microphone. So
Take Kory's mic.
I am not friends
Come in
with.
here.
I am not friends
Get your
with
ass
women
in here,
because
then. Come on this
I
mic.
have again. We don't need to talk about this.
we can talk about it when I get a mic back.
We'll talk about it later.
Come in
Maddie.
here then.
I'm just telling you. No, not you. I'm talking to Kory here. Shut up, Maddie. The only way you end up in the friend zone is if you allow yourself, all right, to remove your head from the ultimate mission, right? You don't go around your early 20s in college. I wasn't going around in college. Hey, I want to be your friend, Jackie. No, Jackie. I'm trying to fuck. That's how it works. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth, whether you guys want to admit it or not.
That's not true.
Shut up, Maddie.
That is
We're
not
not having
true.
this conversation. We're not having this conversation.
That's
with
not true. So
Look.
the only reason that you ever bring yourself around women is so that
Yes.
you can smash.
Yes.
So there's never
Again,
a
in my
time-
dating life, absolutely.
So there's never a time where you went out with friends and you were like, oh, like meeting new people.
If I was interested in the girl,
if I was interested, you're like, oh, I'm gonna.
If I was
smash
interested in
all
one
you
of the
guys.
girls, no. If I was interested in one of the girls, all right, I would be very direct. If I wasn't, I'd even consider them a friend. Like, it was never a thing. For me, it was, am I interested in you? If I am, I'm gonna let you know, and I'm gonna get what I want. It's that simple.
So you just never have a friend that's a girl.
This is why I've never been in the friend zone. I'm very direct. I don't like text
That's
you.
fine,
I don't text.
though,
I
but
don't
you can be
call. I don't make.
friends with
I don't make
somebody.
jokes. I don't take you to Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't do any of that shit.
Okay,
I'm
but-
very direct to the point.
Okay, but picture somebody like me who now works here with 35 men.
This is a work environment. Very
okay,
different.
so all of you guys are my friends.
That's
Maddie,
true,
this
but
is
we're
such
not
a different
trying.
situation.
We're not trying to get with you.
I'm not trying to fuck
That's
fish.
the difference.
All right, like we're at work right now. All right. Are we supposed to be talking about the Lions right now?
You
what are we
did
doing?
this.
No, this is much better.
Oh my God!
I don't understand.
I'm just look, guys. You're full of crap. If you're a
You're
guy
full of
hanging
crap.
around, I'm just saying, Maddie. Look, you should. I promise you, we'll do literally a life test with you right now. You text any of your quote unquote guy friends that you're lonely and you're sad and you want to meet up tonight and you want to hook up, and they would jump on the opportunity.
That is not true.
Oh my God!
That's
Please
not
give me your phone.
true.
Lord,
Give me
this
your
girl
phone.
don't know what's happening.
Give me your
I'll
phone.
give you my phone
Give me
now.
any individual friend that you just have as a
I
casual friend.
gotta put you up on some game, Maddie.
You can have my phone right now.
And I'm gonna tread lightly on this. If you are an attractive woman and you have a male friend that you're cool with, I think that they can be your friend and nothing happens. But if you give them the green light, they're
taking it.
They're taking it.
Invite one of your friend zone
They're taking
brothers over
I'll
I dare
tell
you.
them to call in.
I dare you.
tonight.
Here, you
No,
can
no,
have
no,
my
no, no.
phone.
It's not going to be part of the show. It's going to be very discreet. You're going to text them, and I'm going to text them for you.
Okay.
And I guarantee you, at the first opportunity, they're going to jump on it.
No, I
They
think
ain't gonna
you're
turn
wrong.
down nothing but their collar.
They're not turning it down. Maddie, you
I think
forget,
you're
they don't
wrong.
think here. They don't think here. All right? You
think
think too
you're
much of
wrong.
men. They don't think right here.
Okay.
You have a lot
I
of
was
faith,
23.
Maddie.
I was
I do have a
24.
lot of
all
You
right?
have a lot of faith.
No, but if you invite
Maddie is
any of
super
them
ignorant
over,
right now.
like after 8 p.m., and when they come in and they
After
see
8
two
p.m.
and they see 2 glasses of wine on the table, something they're gonna be saying, yes.
They're
My
gonna be
business-
like,
listen,
My
No,
I will
if
show
my
you.
friends
I
came
will
over
show
and saw
you.
2 glasses of
I will
wine
show.
on my table, they'd be like, those are both for you, aren't they? And I'd be like, yup.
I will show.
Four.
I will show everybody in here a picture of my best friend. She's very attractive. I would not try anything with her, but if she's like hit me up and had a green light, I might have to call off work.
Okay.
Look, I'm just
I-
saying.
I will-
Look, I lived in
Usain
California.
Bolt.
I lived in California. When I was
Oh my
out in
God.
California, let's just say, like,
Shut up, Evan.
you're
Your
trying to
opinion-
experience
Adam, your
life.
opinions don't matter.
And there's no such thing as going out to the bar with friends, and there's a few girls there, and one of them you're interested in, and you make your way towards her, and then you start talking to her. I'm not trying to get her number so we can be friends and talk about MySpace. I don't know. No, there's one objective that night. It's that simple. Like, I'm sorry, Maddie. This is a bunch of BS. You're talking out of your ass. You may be different. You may be different. But I promise you. I promise you. 90% of the population that are women, if they were to text somebody in quote unquote the friend zone or just one of their guy friends that they believe is just a friend, what I told you to text, it would happen. But anyways, we just wasted an entire segment.
But
No, this is.
in fairness, that guy may not
This
be
is-
interested in that woman. We
Yes.
we don't want to
Which I
smash
don't
every
care.
woman we see.
That
That's
is
true.
also
That's
true,
also
right?
true.
So again,
Yeah,
when
so-
you're in the single mode, I'm sorry, I mean, I'm not speaking for everybody. I feel like I'm speaking for the majority. When I was single, all right, there was one objective. There was never. I wasn't looking to be married. I wasn't looking for anything outside of a good time, and quote unquote being friends. I don't want to text anybody. I'm an introvert. I don't want to text you. I don't want to talk to you. Are you interested? Cool. All right, done. That's it. Life's so simple. So simple.
Smash and dash. That's this
That's
guy
it.
over here.
You guys are so buttoned up. Unbelievable. Kory, help me
Yeah.
out
So
here.
about those Lions.
Oh, yeah, well, we can't talk about them. We got to go to break. We'll do it right now when we get back.
All right.
Questions on OTAs, and Terry actually brought up a really good point and a good question. Do the Lions have the best ownership group in Detroit. That's super interesting. But before we go, I got to tell you where I need to get my haircut because I haven't had time, and it's absolutely frustrating the hell out of me. And I got to get my beard done because Terry, I look like a goddamn gorilla. But
and you're trying to get out the friend zone.
And I'm
with your wife.
Okay. Oh man. Anyway, we don't need to talk about that actually. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Walk in anytime, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. They're awesome, amazing stylists will take care of you like they take care of me. Precision haircuts, hot lather neck shaves. Check out Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Brandon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Trader. OddsTrader.com is the #1 site for all of your game day bets. For the best price on every game and sign-up offers from multiple sports books, you know where to go. They even have an app for play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking. So download OddsTrader from the App Store today.
I'm going to say this one more time. All right, we got to get to the Detroit Lions with Kory. There are two types of friend zone opportunities, right? The first one being you just don't have a chance, but you believe there is a chance. So you're willing to wait. And then the second version where you score, and then you're willing to be in the friend zone because you know you can score again later on. That's just the reality. That's just the reality. Kory acknowledges it. You got married at 18. You're not allowed to be in this conversation.
I did not get married at 18.
You essentially were married at 18 years old. The point is, you know nothing about life. I will help you experience life.
I am a seasoned veteran at life. I've been through a lot at my young age.
Get the hell out of the chat. We got to talk to Kory. All right, Terry. OTA questions for Kory. We'll continue, and then we'll get to do the Lions have the best.
But I got a question.
Oh, go
what
for it.
do you call
someone
who is not your girlfriend, but you have sex with her?
Situationship.
That is
situationship. Friends with benefits.
You call it friends with benefits. You can call it when I'm batting. When I'm struggling at the plate. That's what I rely on to get a single.
Or as we called them, back in my a couple of years ago, a mission.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I had a bunch of those. I said, "You're not my woman, but we just do it."
Again, welcome to life, guys. Look, if there's any kids listening, I apologize. All right, kids probably shouldn't be listening, but I'm just saying that's the reality of life. That's the circle of life. If you don't like it, too goddamn bad. Maddie, get the.
She's gonna come back in here. Oh, hit him!
Hey, behave.
Hit him!
Get out of here. You see that? She tried to hit me.
I didn't try. If I tried, it would be done.
No, he'd be through that.
Move on.
He'd be through that window.
Kory,
what's up?
Outside of Dan Campbell, DeAndre Swift looking in very good shape, by the way.
Oh yeah, he was like. At first, I'm like, did Swift change his number? And they get somebody else at 32 because he was looking yoked. I'm talking about like on some Hulk Hogan 22-inch python type thing, and then the lower body looked like he got yoked. I'm like,
he got yoked, and Maddie wouldn't friend zone him because she wants to smash. But sorry, Kory.
Does he have that triangle look now? The little waist and then big up here.
I'm just saying.
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, Kory.
No, you have no idea what life is. You guys have no idea. Unbelievable. I'm so ashamed.
This is the morning raunchy show. That's what it is.
I'm so disappointed in half the people in the chat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's Freaky Friday. You forgot about that, Terry.
F it Friday.
All right,
Or
Kory.
that works too.
Terry asked me the question before the show. Do the Detroit Lions have the best ownership group currently in Detroit?
Ooh.
You have Chris Ilitch, who's a doofus. You have now Sheila Hamp, who is operating in charge of the Lions. And then, of course, you have our boy
Tom
with the
Gores,
Pistons,
who's kind of a
Tom
goof.
Gores, who's an interesting individual.
I would say that Gores and Sheila Ford Hamp are neck and neck.
Like 1A, 1B?
Yeah, I would give the 1A
And then
to
like
Sheila.
7
Yeah, I would give the
to
1A
Chris
to
Ilitch.
Sheila, the 1B to Tom. I give the 1A to Sheila because, granted, when she did take over, she probably should have just gotten rid of Matt Patricia and Quinn off the bat, whatever. But to her credit, she didn't wait the whole year. She fired both of their asses mid-season, and after Thanksgiving, I should say. And she's, to her credit, the things that she's done since taking over, it at least on paper appears the Lions are trending in the right direction. With Tom Gores, when he first took over, it was more so like, what the hell is this guy doing? But over the past couple of years, it seems, at least on the outside, it seemed like he's taken a step back, letting the guys that he's hired to do their jobs. And then you bring in Troy Weaver, you keep Dwayne Casey for the continuity. You've had some B to A to B plus drafts. I mean, they're trending in the right direction now, and he's doing a lot of great things in the community. So I say it's literally like 1A,
I would
1B.
give it to Gores over Sheila for one reason. In the NBA, owners, you don't hear about the owners. Rarely ever. It's just not a thing, especially when it comes to operations with the basketball team. It's typically GM, head coach, and the star players. You rarely ever hear about the owners. In the NFL, it's quite different, actually. Owners are typically responsible, involved, do a lot of the talking. No, maybe not to the level of Jerry Jones, but you do hold ownership a lot more responsible for a football team than you would a basketball team. So I would say Gores 1A by default, not because Sheila has done anything not to be, again, we're splitting hairs at this point.
Splitting hairs, yeah.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. But Sheila, I think, in the last 14 to 16 months, has done a very good job. I think it needs to be said. I think Brad Holmes has been a big factor in that. I finally believe in the front office. They're operating like a competent organization. So there are good things coming. What the hell is going on in there? Alex, show me.
No.
She's removing Alex from the friend zone.
I was about to say the way she was squealing in there. I thought she
Can you guys
removed
tell me
Alex
what's going
from
on,
the friend
please?
zone.
Alex, get your mic on. Get your mic on. What's going on?
Mic's on. Just got to bring it up.
from me?
I want to know what the hell's going on.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry
Alex,
about
this is
it.
your last
You don't
day
need to worry
TDing if
about
you don't
it.
tell me.
What'd you say?
This is your last day TDing
Adam's
if you
out
don't
here
tell
firing
me.
everybody.
I don't believe that.
Fish has been fired 12
Fish.
times.
Yeah.
He's still here.
Maybe.
Go grab Jeff. Alex, leave.
Okay. who you want? Jeff Fiafredi?
Yeah, Jeff can
Okay.
TD.
Got it.
Can't TD.
Jeff's never
He'll figure it
TD'd.
out. He'll figure it out.
All right, and this is probably a flaw on my point. I can't put Gores ahead of Sheila for this reason.
No.
I think he's a fanboy who bought the Pistons.
Absolutely.
Because I'm just a fanboy, and I still can't get out of my mind him throwing the T-shirts, being drunk at games.
That's kind of where I kind of lean toward it.
Yeah, giving Stan Van Gundy coaching and GM responsibilities. So I can't put him ahead of her.
Yeah, it was. They were. I used to cover the Pistons games as a photographer, and there would just be times where you would just see Gores, and he just was not the best representation.
Jeff,
of,
go sit.
Oh God, they really made
Switch.
the
Alex, get out.
Not very professional.
Yeah, he wasn't really the greatest representation of the team. He gave the keys to, like you said, Stan Van Gundy, who we talk about. We've talked about how Joe Dumars did a not so great job toward the end of his tenure here. Stan Van Gundy did that times 12. He literally effed the franchise up.
And Gores just wanted someone with a name.
Yeah,
that's the only reason he hired him. And Stan Van Gundy was supposed up for the Golden State job
and turned it down.
Go ahead.
That was probably the greatest thing that ever. That is probably the greatest thing that ever happened to the Warriors. Is Stan Van Gundy saying no.
Yep, sure enough. Sure enough.
Maddie's out of control. Maddie's going to get us canceled. Can't believe I'm saying this. I know the mic's still on, you idiots. Unbelievable. Fish, you have no idea how to protect anybody.
You gonna fire Fish now?
Huh?
You gonna fire Fish now?
I'd
be happy
We're
if
going
I
to get
get
to
to
that
watch
for
the cricket.
BDE. We fired somebody else, actually, but that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, you're not
we're
supposed to
gonna
tell anyone,
anybody.
idiots.
They don't know who I fired, so why does it matter? You'll find out in an hour. Don't worry about it.
Oh, snap.
Jesus Christ. We got to get to
Guess
break.
this will be my last show.
Let's go to break.
We still didn't even get in the Lions.
I know. Corey,
Oh,
you
yeah,
just got to
the
get the hell
Lions,
out of
that's
here, bro.
right.
I'm sorry. You just got to get the hell out of here.
I'm here. I'm still.
We tried. Maddie wanted to deny the friend zone argument. Anyways,
my
we have to go to
gosh.
break. When we get back, Jim Harbaugh unwilling to embrace NIL, what that means for Michigan State, Ohio State, and of course, Michigan moving forward. But before we go, Maddie, I need you to tell everybody at home about our good friends over at Cintron.
Yes, the summer of Cintron is officially here, and it's now available in your local Kroger. Head on over to Kroger. They even have a deal going on right now, too, for just $4. An absolute steal. Cranberry is my favorite. You see it on the desk today. I guarantee you those are gone by the end of the shows this afternoon. But make sure you head on over to Kroger to get your Cintron. Cintron is a new energy drink for the active lifestyle. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Open all summer long from Memorial Day to Labor Day. There will be basketball, roller skating, mini golf, art installations, live music, food trucks, and more at Bedrock Detroit, the Monroe Street Midway. Each week there's family programming, live DJs, pop-up stores that will feature rotating Detroit businesses every week. Bedrock and Rocket Mortgage have essentially turned this old parking lot into a massive outdoor playground. It is unbelievably amazing. Bedrock Detroit have done a phenomenal job with this project. All love and credit to them. Make sure you guys check it out. Summer is better at the Monroe Street Midway.
Now, they still have the basketball courts there?
Yes.
All right, so that means you're going to go down there.
Long story. Long story.
You know, supposedly, Stick, the best athlete in Detroit, played in the playgrounds in Detroit. And
Everyone at Woodward Sports says they're a great athlete. I haven't seen any of you guys do anything.
I know, but didn't Stick?
Those were fighting words.
No, didn't
Fish.
Stick play on playgrounds with all black guys, and they
Also,
called
remember
him
who was
Larry
MVP
Bird
of the
or
dodgeball
something
squad?
like that?
I don't know about that.
But we did
I even
see,
have
we
a
did-
trophy.
We did see
And
video
I
of
had
that.
video footage.
We do have video footage. All right. I'll give her credit
What
there.
white guy did they call Stick when he played basketball with the brothers in Detroit?
I don't know. I don't know.
White guy Stick. I don't know.
No. Something they either call him Larry Bird or
I don't know.
Matt Ishbia or
Matt
it's somebody. They called him something.
Oh God, Terry.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we're off the rails, but you know that's fun.
Oh, I love it.
That's
I love
good.
it. I'm here for it.
Show's not supposed to be on the rail.
I like it. I like it. I don't mind it. Jim Harbaugh, unwilling to embrace NIL. How is this still an issue? The SEC is running rampant with it. All of college football, USC, Texas A&M. Michigan is a very powerful school. Michigan State is trying to become one of those powerful schools. And if Harbaugh is unwilling to embrace NIL, and not even just Harbaugh, if the university isn't willing, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I'm walking out. I can go get any college football job I want right now. Any. I just won the Big Ten championship. I can still do it.
Right. Well, I'm trying to figure out, is it the university or is it Jim Harbaugh? Now, Michigan is an institution of arrogance. And here's what Michigan believes. guys just want to come here because we're Michigan. That ship has sailed. All right, you go to a school now for NIL, transfer portal, for other things besides the education. I don't buy guys, and I've heard all this crap from Braylon Edwards and Jimmy King, and I've talked to these guys. We went to Michigan because of the education. That's baloney. No, they didn't. They went there because of opportunity. They went there because the Block M was powerful. Now, the Block M will not be powerful or as powerful if everybody's going to other schools because of NIL. People want to get paid. Would you, if you're a young 18-year-old guy, and I'm offering you one or two things, a quote-unquote great education at the University of Michigan, or money from Ohio State that you don't have to hide, I'm picking the money. Particularly since most of the, or many of the players that are being recruited are inner city. They need money from mom and dad and uncle and auntie and whomever, and yourself. Money talks and BS walks. So what's going to happen if Michigan continues to have this stance? Because I think Harbaugh even said the other day that they're offering tradition and not money or something like that. It's the old school thinking. The game changes. Not only the game changes, but the game on how to play it changes. And it's changed now because of NIL. Ohio State, Michigan State, hell, who knows? Even Iowa could blow right by Michigan with that attitude.
Yeah, it's a defining moment for the program. Again, they're going to have to adopt it whether they like it or not. It's not we have standards. No, there are no more standards. We're done with that. This is a thing now. You are bidding on 18-year-olds. Welcome to college football. Welcome to the state of college sports. This is it. This is it. And yes, I think Harbaugh has a lot of power, a lot of leverage to demand it. Is he, though? Doesn't seem like it. There's talk of Michigan taking NIL seriously. I haven't seen it. Just haven't. And whether that's a year, 2 years, 3 years from now, it might be too late by then.
Yeah, and nobody's going to look down upon you. Nick Saban called out Texas A&M and said, you bought players. And so we had 3 or 4 days of fighting and feathers were flying everywhere. And you know what? It'll go away. Texas A&M is going to keep their recruits. Texas A&M is going to have a very good football program. And all this Saban and Jimbo Fisher talk, 3 or 4 years, we won't even remember it. Because everybody's going to, who is a power, is going to be doing NIL to the 10th degree.
My recommendation to Michigan and Jim Harbaugh, embrace it. Embrace it and understand nobody. Terry, tell me if I'm wrong. If Michigan decide to play football the way they did last season, with that type of quarterback that's limited, with that much emphasis on the run game, with that much reliance on the defense to make stops, they will go another 10 years without beating Ohio State. Yes or no?
No, you're incorrect, but they may go 10 years beating Ohio State just once or twice.
Basically my point.
Yeah, but Ohio State can go 10 years, without losing to Michigan.
That's the thing.
But I still think Michigan will find a couple
I'll tell you, because I know what's going to happen when C.J. Stroud gets drafted. They're going to have another version of him from a different recruiting class coming in or a transfer. And they're going to have a ton of wide receivers, like they always do.
Right.
And what's Michigan going to have? An outstanding young sophomore now in Donovan Edwards.
Yes.
Phenomenal. Explosive. Love him. Blake Corum coming back. Dynamic backfield. Good wide receivers. Good offensive line. If you're telling me you're not going to move forward with J.J. McCarthy, what that tells me is you don't really want to take that next step. both in NIL and as a football program. You want to hold on to the old guard, the old ways. Well, back in my day, this is how we did it.
Here's what Bo told me one day.
Yep. And if I'm Jim Harbaugh, as uncomfortable as it may make me, I just lost my defensive coordinator who was phenomenal, better than any defensive coordinator in the last 25, 30 years. I lost him to Baltimore. The offensive coordinator now, again, I need fresh, new, innovative ideas. I cannot have the same old, same old. If you are going to go out against Indiana, Iowa, Penn State, Michigan State, and run the ball 35, 40 times, you are going to lose a lot of football games this year. Not because the offense won't do a good job of running the ball. I'm sure you'll be a good team running the ball. I'm sure you'll be effective. But
Now,
this is not the Michigan defense of last year, nor do I expect it to be. And you need to take that next step, which is becoming a team that's very high-powered on offense, which you have the talent to do.
College football is different. Michigan will not lose a bunch of games playing that style. They'll lose the key games.
The key games, thank you.
That's it.
Well, Michigan State, Penn State, and Ohio State. They will lose those games trying to play that way.
Right. That's the key, because really, Michigan has usually they have a 3-game schedule. Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State. And Penn State doesn't count sometimes. But the rest of these garbage teams, they should beat 90% of the time. So you've got 9 built-in wins. So what you have to do is win the majority of games with Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan State. You can win the Big Ten title.
Yep.
That's what it boils down to.
Or you'll be at least in contention. And I think this is a team that can enter the final game of the year against Ohio State 9-1 with playing that boring style of football. But they will get massacred by Ohio State. And you don't just change the script the last game of the year and think it's going to work. That's why I think J.J. McCarthy from the start is the right decision. You may be sloppy, but your first 3 games are pick-em games. Oh, not pick-em games, but like pick-up games. They're easy. It's taking an NBA team and going up to some local park. It's going to be an easy win for Michigan, the first 3. Take advantage of it. Give JJ his reps. Throw the ball a ton. Run the ball effectively like we know you can. But damn it, please don't waste Ronnie Bell, Blake Corum, Donovan Edwards, Andrell Anthony. Don't waste it. Don't waste JJ McCarthy. If you don't start him, you just let a 5-star recruit. I don't care if he doesn't work out. He's a 5-star recruit. If you have a 5-star recruit that can't get on the field, you have a problem. See, Ohio State's problem is they have too many of them. Michigan has 1 or 2, and they can't even get on the field because you want to play the old way. Bo told me to run it on third and 3. Bo told me to run it on 3rd and 12 and just take the field position.
Yeah. Well, the mentality is in college football. For many schools, and Ohio State's not one of them, but at Michigan and Iowa and schools like that, if I feel I have the best talent on the field, I'm going to play conservative. I'm not going to throw it up. I'm not going to try trick plays because it's unnecessary.
And you'll never be great.
I'm going to win.
And you'll never be great. And that's why you had no chance.
You lock yourself in a box, but you know what? You walk out the stadium a winner.
Yeah.
Except against maybe Ohio State, Michigan State, and Penn State.
That's sad. That's really sad for a program that, let's be real, when they're good, it's good for college football. We got to go to break. When we get back, Black Cherry Vernors. What the hell is that? I think Vernors is disgusting, full disclosure, but I do. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
There's going to be a fight about here.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah,
Maddie, the best defense on and off the field, please.
Yes, Guardian Alarm. They keep you safe and give you peace of mind, whether you're at home or on the road. Their 24/7 local monitoring make sure what's important to you is safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT today for peace of mind. That's right, you heard Fish. 1-800-STAY-OUT, especially if you're at Beydoun, and let them know that Woodward Sports sent you.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Detroit sports by Detroiters and for Detroiters. This is Detroit Sports Network. This is Woodward Sports.
When you need apparel, there is only one place to go, and that's Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround time, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has all of the styles that you want. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
All right, we're back here on the Morning Woodward Show, 9:41, wrapping up pretty soon. Mailbag coming in about 9 minutes, so prepare your
Am I the only
questions.
one terrified for mailbag today?
Oh, I'm ready for mailbag. I'm very excited, actually.
I'm excited about it.
All right, Terry?
Yes, sir.
Black cherry ice cream I'm a fan of.
Okay.
Big fan of
I love
black
that,
cherry
too.
ice cream. It's delicious. I don't like Vernors. I definitely don't like black cherry Vernors. I think Vernors is absolutely disgusting.
All right, hang on now. I love Vernors.
Yeah, you're gonna have a fight with Detroiters.
And
my mom loves it, so it's not a family issue. It's a me issue.
Okay, we understand you're a little bit different, but I love
Whoa,
Vernors.
a little. He's way different.
Yeah,
Not
is.
You know what I
little.
can't stand? Canada Dry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Canada Dry is
Canada
disgusting.
Dry is like you take Vernors and
You
put
take piss and put it in your mouth.
it, right?
Canada
Shake it
Dry
up,
is piss in your mouth.
and that's
You would know,
Canada
wouldn't you?
Dry.
Yep.
That's
But
what I thought.
Vernors, man, I love
I told
the
you,
sting.
I'm open to stuff.
I love to close my eyes. That's real ginger ale, Vernors. And normally I wouldn't try black cherry anything,
Are you gonna try it?
but because it's Vernors, yes, I'm gonna get some when it's available.
Ooh, okay.
All right, give it a try. Let me know how it is. I will never
And,
try
and,
it.
on the What
and
the
if
Food
it stinks,
episode.
I'll let you know.
I'm down. I will not try it, though. I think
Yeah, I
Vernors
guess
is
you will.
disgusting. I think
We'll do it 'cause I told
Canada
you to.
Dry
Thank you very
tastes like
much.
piss.
And what do you have against Vernors? I want to hear the specifics.
Have you had
I
Vernors
just
before?
don't like it. I tasted it when I was
Okay.
younger.
Because usually out-of-towners can't take it. It's too strong for them.
It is very acidic. It's not my. I can't drink it. Don't like it.
Okay.
My mom loves it. Dad loves it. Brothers love it. Everybody loves it. I don't. I just don't like
Vernors
it.
is like the soda that my parents always gave us to make our tummies feel better when we were sick.
That's right. Warm Vernors makes your stomach feel good.
I thought 7-Up.
No.
7-Up works too. Anything that's like lighter. Like you can't have like a Diet Coke and be like, yeah, that's gonna make my stomach feel better.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I got to ask a question about everybody's mamas.
Uh-oh.
When your mama made ham
Yo mama
for Thanksgiving,
is so thick.
did she put Vernors in the pan with the ham?
No.
See,
I've never even heard
my
of that.
We
grandmother
never had ham. On,
always when we made ham,
Yeah, he
it
doesn't
was
have
based
ham.
in Vernors.
So I'm excluded from this
You
conversation.
probably had like bugs.
What is it?
You probably have bugs for Thanksgiving.
What?
What?
Bugs.
I don't know. You eat that crazy. You eat
Well, you know
crazy
what?
stuff.
You know what? Time I need to
can't
learn
help what he
about
does.
Adam's heritage. Do you guys do ham?
No, we do.
He probably
we
doesn't
do
know
a
what ham
turkey.
is.
Okay.
We do. For our size of the family, depends if it's just like my family, which is 5 siblings, and my parents. 2 turkeys, typically enough, with a small chicken that's rotisserie, and then a bunch of side dishes. You name it, anything Thanksgiving related: corn, mashed potatoes, gravy, the whatever, the cherry cream, whatever. What is it called? The red stuff, cranberry.
Cranberry?
Cranberry sauce.
sauce?
Yeah. I don't like cranberry sauce, so that's why I had no idea what the hell it was called. But yeah, no, we have a normal Thanksgiving just without the ham.
Okay.
No different.
See, we
Okay, so
did
you are a
the
normal
turkey,
human
and
then.
then grandmama would make the ham, or we go to honeyback ham.
What do you stuff your turkey with?
Cornbread.
Legit, by the way.
Stale bread.
My mom
What
doesn't
else?
stuff her turkey.
She doesn't?
Nope.
What else did you put in it? I think they put celery.
Oh, I don't know.
Why stale bread? Does it have to be stale?
I don't know. I think it's because if it's fresh, you got to eat it. You got to have a sandwich. So that's just the way our household worked.
I
so
gotta
if there
invite
was
you
some
guys
bread
over
that was
for-
stale, that's the only time you could use it was in dressing.
I have to invite
Sandwich
you guys
sounds
over
about
for
good
like a
right
late
now.
night barbecue. I think you guys would like it. Late night? Yeah, like 9 o'clock. Light the grill
Late
out in the
night?
backyard with the TV on in the garage.
What are you going to make?
That's
We'll
morning
make
for
kebabs.
me.
Shish
I'm eating
kebabs.
breakfast.
Okay.
We'll do shish kebabs. We'll do.
Have you ever been to Layla in Detroit? It's Mediterranean food.
Is that like overpriced Mediterranean
Yes.
place?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It's delicious,
Just
though.
come to my house. It's much better.
Okay.
That's like very overrated. It's not even like real Lebanese or Mediterranean food. It's
Well, so
like kind of fake.
yes,
Like we don't consider it.
I concur.
We don't consider it Mediterranean food. We
That's
consider
all
it
food that's not
fine
American.
dining for dumbasses that actually eat there.
Okay, so that's like every
Yeah, that's-
Italian restaurant.
That's all food that's not
Yeah,
American
seriously.
food.
Yeah.
That's all. It's basically the Red Lobster of seafood, but for Mediterranean food. It's just not a real thing, but people
Okay.
think it's amazing. Sorry, I just
yeah,
probably pissed
I'm
off a lot of
just-
people.
I don't even
No,
know
that's,
where
that's
I was
all
going with
food that's
that
not
anymore.
American food.
Yeah,
But
look, I
thanks.
mean, look, there's nothing better than bringing out the wood, putting it in the. We don't even use a grill. It's this like
Do
little
you make stuffed onions?
stuffed onions. No, but we grill onions. Yeah, for sure. Grilled onions are amazing. Those are the best with kebabs, especially.
They are.
So you bring out the wood, oak wood, put some charcoal with it, light it up. Have a good
Now,
night.
your kebabs,
Yep.
it's not chicken, it's lamb?
Lamb.
Okay.
Beef,
I've never
lamb,
had a
doesn't matter.
lamb kebab.
Are you serious?
I'm
I
serious.
don't think I've had lamb
okay,
since my
guys,
grandma
what are you
used to
doing
make
Sunday?
city chicken.
Anybody have plans Sunday in here?
No.
I think I'm inviting all of you for dinner.
Perfect.
All right? I will text all of you in a group chat. We are going to do dinner at my house. This is very inappropriate. How have you guys not eaten meat kebabs? I'm very frustrated.
I've only had chicken or beef kebabs.
Yeah, interesting.
Does that count or not?
Beef. I mean, lamb and beef is the same thing. I never understood the difference. It never
One's from a
tasted different.
cow, one's from lamb.
I know, but they really relatively taste the same unless you eat like baby lamb. The meat's different. This is gonna. We'll take an hour to like figure out the two.
Emerald all over here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with meat, but that's a different conversation, and that came off really inappropriate. So.
I mean, it is, what, Fetish Friday, Freaky Friday.
Fetish Fridays.
Goes
Yeah, it
along
is.
with the day.
Oh God! You know, when I was a kid, Terry, my dad used to take us to the farm, and we would like pick the cow or the lamb, and they would just kill it in front of us.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And when my mom was growing up, her mom used to raise chickens in the back. And you can imagine what happened then. Once enough eggs were produced, kill the chicken, eat the chicken, it's the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Now, every now and then I go over to my friend Big Mac's, and they would buy live chickens.
Is he D-Mac's cousin?
No, he's not. I gave him the name Big Mac because we used to go to McDonald's on Saturdays, and every other Saturday one would treat, and then the next one he would treat. This fool ate 3 Big Macs at one setting, 2 large drinks, 2 fries, and an apple pie.
Wow.
So after that, from now on, your name is Big Mac. So anyway, his dad used to get live chickens. They'd get like a dozen live chickens, and we had to chop their necks off, kill them, and then they'd have chicken for like the rest of the year.
It's no different than gutting a fish, cleaning it.
Friends on Friday.
Yeah.
What it is.
All right, well, let's go to break. Guys, I don't care
Oh,
how
boy.
inappropriate it is. Feel free to drop any comment or question in the chat.
Why are you doing this?
We're getting ready.
You know he's excited for
now I have
mailbag.
It is mailbag time, but
He's
before we go
excited.
and get to mailbag, I need Maddie to tell me about what's going on at Big Boy.
Yes, Big Boy is having their Strawberry Fest still going on, I believe, through June 19th. They brought back some of the classic breakfast items like their strawberry French toast, hotcakes, and waffles. They even have a new strawberry bacon chicken wrap as well as a strawberry salad. And don't forget dessert. They have a very delicious strawberry pie as well. So head on over to Big Boy for all your strawberry favorites.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Woodward Show here on the Woodward Sports Network. Also featured on The Roar on 99.1, 93.5, and 94.7 HD2. It's mailbag time. Get your questions in the chat. Do we have any that we want to start with?
The first one, Adam, do you eat pork? I do not. I've had bacon before, but I don't eat
Everything
pork
is
dishes
better
usually.
with bacon.
Yeah, I bacon's delicious, but I
Do you have
just
turkey
it's not
bacon?
like turkey bacon's good too. It's all right. Beef bacon's good, I guess. But I'm not much of a pork guy, no.
Where I grew up, there was a white shack, and in this shack on Fridays, the Muslims would fry fish.
Mm-hmm.
So you get fried fish, piece of white bread, and hot sauce, and that was it. And then they would just sell the dinners all day. So anyway, the Muslims always say, "I don't eat that swine." And so one of the Muslims who was younger, he started talking. He says, "That's baloney. They eat pig." And they always talk about they don't eat swine. But they'll say this, ribs and bacon don't count. And I was like, dude, that's still pork. I said, I know, but that's their thing.
It's just ignorant.
Right.
Adam and Terry, do you drink regular Mountain Dew or Diet Mountain Dew? Same with you, Fish. I think Mountain Dew tastes like piss, so I don't drink Mountain Dew.
You know what? Finally, I'm going to agree with this man.
Let's go.
I hate Mountain Dew. It does taste like piss.
Mountain Dew tastes like straight piss.
Piss with a little sugar in it.
A lot of sugar, but yeah.
I don't like it. I don't drink it.
It is disgusting. Mountain Dew is disgusting. Not a fan of it. I like Faygo,
Okay, that's good.
so at least I have some Detroit in me.
That's
I
What's
guess.
your
Detroit
favorite pop from Faygo? You notice I called it pop?
No.
The root beer.
I'm a
Flavor.
red pop guy.
Yeah, the red pop when I
Ooh.
was a kid, I loved it. And then as I got older, it just grew out of me.
The only thing, it made your lips red and you look like you were wearing lipstick.
That is also a very good point. Adam, what are your thoughts? God damn it. Never mind.
No, you started it.
Oh, man.
No, you can move
We're not
on.
doing history lessons right now.
You can move on.
All right. If the NCAA doesn't find a way to control NIL, how will the NIL affect the NFL when the Players Associations, the Players Association go back for a new deal in a few years? I don't think it'll affect it that much. I don't think the NFL is interested in drafting 18-year-olds. That I can almost guarantee you.
Yeah, because they always tell me you got to be a man to be in the NFL.
Yeah. Again, if they want a social experiment with it and give some 18-year-olds a chance, I think they would be murdered. Imagine 19, skipping actually college, going into the NFL at 18 and going up against Aaron Donald. Or
They kill
playing
you.
quarterback. Or playing wide receiver against Jalen Ramsey. Good luck. Adam, what are your thoughts on Chipotle? I think Chipotle sucks. I think Chipotle is overrated as hell.
Chipotle is my life.
Is it?
No,
Qdoba, I think, is a little better.
way better.
I think
Queso. It's all about the queso, baby.
I think Qdoba's better. I think Chipotle is super overrated, but I don't even go there. Or
don't either.
Qdoba. I go to Bakersfield. I'll go to like M Cantina. I'm not going to like the
Condado.
fake Mexican food places. Sorry.
Azteca.
Is that really Mexican food? I mean, it's just
No, it's just I mean,
I like it.
anything can be a burrito if you wrap it in a tortilla.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is also a very good point. Adam, where is a restaurant that serves legit Mediterranean food in the area?
His house.
Like ham trim.
My house. There's Malik Kebab, right? There's Lashish.
Lashish.
I think those are really the main two. Then my house. My
Yeah,
house is
Adam's
legit.
house. Yeah, that
My
makes
house
sense.
is legit. Let's see what else we have on the way. Mailbag, how do you think the Tigers will do against the Bronx or do in the Bronx? I think they're going to get crushed. If they win one game out of the three, I would be impressed.
They have
The Yankees
three
are the best
rookie
team in baseball.
Pictures.
Yeah.
Going there.
Skubal is not pitching in the series, so it's rough. I think he'll be available for the Pirates 2-game series. So, Adam, are you like Ryan on the bottom line and think the Lions are going to have a 10-win season? No, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did. I think this is a 7 to 8-win team at best. If they overachieve, that's a good thing. But I'm not going into the season with 10-win expectations. What
Dude,
else?
how's it a 7 to 8 win team at best? But you're saying they could win 10.
Because I wouldn't be surprised, because what that would mean is, one, they took advantage of their schedule. Two, that they have a legitimate
All right, let me explain
going.
something to you. At best means that's the best you can do.
I think that's the best that they can do this year, given Jared Goff has not proven he can be a reliable quarterback for a full season, not health-wise, just play-wise. Secondly, it's a very young team, inexperienced. They're going to lose games they probably shouldn't lose. And thirdly, again, if they win 10 games, that means Dan Campbell is looking like a damn good coach in the NFL.
But you said they could win 10 games.
They could, yeah. Wouldn't surprise me.
Wouldn't surprise you. But at best...
Yeah, but I'm giving you my number. Yeah, I think 7 8 wins is their number. I think 7 8 is their number.
Okay.
I would be...
That's different than at best.
Well, yeah, well, that's the number I'm giving you, though. So at
No,
best,
you
8.
okay, here's
Yeah.
what you should have said.
Excuse me,
Hello,
then.
I think the Lions are going to win 7 or 8 games. But it wouldn't surprise me if they won 10.
Okay, fair enough. Sorry, language barrier.
All right,
I
bam.
apologize. I apologize. Thank you, Terry. All right. Let's see what other questions we have in the show. Adam, if you could have anyone on the show, who would it be?
Oh.
Ooh. If I could have one person on the show, like for an interview,
Probably.
I would love to interview Colin Cowherd. That's my guy. In the industry, that would be my guy. If you want me to interview like a person, like a famous person, dead or alive, I would go with... I think I'd go with JFK.
Of course you would.
Actually,
All right.
JFK or Malcolm X. I think Malcolm X, actually. I might want to do an interview with Malcolm X.
Yeah,
That'd be
Malcolm
awesome.
X, all you got to do is ask him one question.
He'll go do the rest.
You roll.
Oh, yeah. And I think Malcolm X, actually. That's my guy. That's
Give
my
us someone alive.
pick. Alive right now?
Right.
I would love to have... Interview one person.
See, you're a historian. You're not really interested in the present.
The current, I mean, I would go with probably Jocko Willink. I don't know if you're familiar with him. Big fan of his podcast. I think he's awesome. So I'd probably go with him. There's nobody interesting alive right now, to be honest with you.
Okay. we live in a boring time.
God. Let's see. What do you think about Matsuyama being disqualified in golf? Yeah, he actually deserved to be disqualified. You can't do that. I thought it was BS when I first heard of it, and then I saw the picture of the driver head. That's BS. You can't do that. Because that's enough chalk or mark or whatever you want to call it to sway the trajectory of a golf ball, whether you like it or not. It's BS. So he deserved to get suspended, in my opinion. Let's see. We can get one more question in before we have to go. Let's see. Maddie, where do you stand on it with the wings for the line? I don't know what the hell that means, so we're not going to answer that question. Could you rephrase that question, please? Let's see. You guys suck today. No good questions.
Well, they're having a relaxing Friday, too.
That's also a very good point.
Who's relaxed? I sure ain't.
I sure ain't.
Country Maddie.
Country Maddie. My family.
Family. I quit.
I'm mad
Today's
at from
the day. This is my last day,
I'm
everybody.
Madeline, and I
This
don't
is
know
my
what
last
friend
day,
zone
everyone.
is.
Thank you so much for joining me on this journey.
All right,
It's over.
everybody, have a great rest of your day. Remember, my name is Madeline Miller, and
Get
this is my family.
And I'm from Louisiana.
We'll see.
I've never even been to Louisiana.
We'll see all of you Monday morning. Hope you all have an amazing weekend.
Watch
Also,
the front
tune into
show,
Big
Ben.
D Energy.
Right.
Tune
Front
into Big
show,
D Energy.
Ben.
I have a surprise for all
Oh
of you.
yeah.
Oh,
Friend
can't
show,
wait.
man.
Bye everyone. Love you.
Bye. Go
No
Kiwis.
smoking, please.
Black caps. How do you not?